Okay, so hi everyone. Thank you so much for joining our second window shopping exhibitor webinar. We are so happy to have you guys. Today we're going to just be going over a couple things considering window shopping is only live for about another 5 weeks. So what should you be doing right now? What should you have already done? And what are some tips on how you can continue to utilize the platform for the last 5 weeks that we have it. So before I start, I do want to introduce a new member of our team. Her name is Brianna, and she is going to be your exhibitor services manager for the time being. So I actually have her contact information at the end of this webinar. If you have any questions about anything WIN related, she's your girl. So Bri, if you want to say a quick hi.
Yeah, hello everybody. Nice to meet you guys. I look forward to working with you all, and just let me know if you have any questions.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Bri. So she's going to go ahead and mute and turn off her video. And I am going to start by sharing my screen here. So everyone should see my PowerPoint slides. We're your hosts. So tip number 1 is going to be how to promote your showroom to your buyers. So our marketing team does a really great job in promoting our showrooms to our full buyer base, whether they're in window shopping already or not. But a great idea for you guys too would be to go ahead and promote your showroom to your current clientele. You know, what clients do you think you could be missing out on with sales-wise by not promoting your current content to them? So let's go ahead and get into how you would go about doing that. So at the upper right of the page here, you're going to click on this Teams button. And then on the left-hand side, you're going to see something called the Smart Calendar. So this is actually, each exhibitor gets their own unique URL. And it's a great way to share your availability with clients, contacts, and potential new business. So if you have like a prospects list, even if they're not already up and running in the window shopping platform, they don't even have to know what window shopping is. They can still book a meeting with you through window shopping by using this link. So this is my Clarion Events unique URL. And I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste it to show you what it looks like. So pretend I'm a buyer, and I clicked this link in order to schedule a meeting with one of the exhibitor reps in Clarion Events. So I'm going to go ahead and click on myself. And then here, you'll see that I'm left with a list of dates and times that I can choose from in order to schedule a meeting with this exhibitor rep. Once I click on it, it'll have me fill out all of this information: email, first name, last name, company, and a personal message. And then once I hit confirm, I, as a buyer, will then get an email with the meeting details as well as a prompt to register me in window shopping so that I can actually be a part of that meeting. So this link is something that it's definitely a tool that I'm not sure a lot of exhibitors have used. I recommend putting it, you know, you could even drop it on your Facebook page or Twitter or whatever, or Instagram, whatever social media you use. And you can also, if you guys do email blasts, you could also just go ahead and blast it out to your current clientele or your prospects list. So that's a great way to promote your showroom to your buyers. Also, each exhibitor showroom does have their own showroom URL. So you don't have access to this. However, I will show you what it looks like on the buyer end. So you'll see this link. Just ignore that. You'll see this link up here at the top, all these numbers after the profile. So that's going to be your own unique number, your own unique URL for your showroom. Because you don't have access to obtain your own URL, if you are interested in sending that link out to your buyer base or your prospects list, go ahead and shoot Brianna a note, and she will then ask me for the link, and we'll send that over to you And the buyer can also actually request a meeting with you right here as well. So if you're torn between whether you want to use the smart calendar link or your unique showroom link, I would recommend using your unique showroom link, even if you have to ask us for it. We'll be able to get that over to you in a really timely manner. And that way they're able to not only schedule a meeting with you, but check out the video that you posted, all the products that you have. If you're part of any webinars, they'll be able to, or live demos, they'll be able to watch that right then and there. So definitely a great way to promote your showroom. And then that is it for promoting your showroom. My next tip is going to be how to upload new products. So if you are one of the exhibitors that logged in the first day that we launched and you have the basic package, meaning you have 20 total product images that you can upload, I strongly recommend going in and changing out those images to something different. So, you know, maybe you're focusing more on selling spring 2021 right now, but your images all reflect summer 2020. Or maybe you want to add more fall 2020 stuff in your products. It's definitely a good idea to assume that at this point, a lot of our buyers, if not most of our buyers, have probably already seen the products that you currently have in there, and it might be time to go ahead and update them. So in order to do that, you're going to go to Teams on the upper right of the page, and then click on Product on the left-hand side. In order to delete a product, you're just going to go ahead and click this gear icon and then hit delete, and that will free up space for you to add more products. I definitely recommend adding a wide variety. So if you have a jacket, but you like a fall 2020 like fur coat, and you have it in multiple colors, say you have it in 10 different colors. If you have the basic package, I'd recommend uploading maybe 3 out of 10 of those colors so that you're not overwhelming the buyer with too many colors. And then you can always add a note when you're adding a product. You can always add a note in the summary that says more colors available, contact me if you're interested, and you can always add your contact information there as well. And while we're here, so one thing I am noticing when I'm going through the platform as a buyer is that a lot of the names, a lot of the product names, you guys have put in as SKU numbers. So I don't want to show, so for example, this at the top, or you know, this right here, that's a SKU number. I strongly recommend not adding that in your product name, but instead adding keywords that you think buyers would be interested in right now. Reason being is that the buyer has the ability to go up to the upper left of the page here and search on whatever product they want. So if you uploaded a gray jacket, but your product name is FYZ792, if the buyer types in gray jacket, we'll see if anything even comes up here. Yeah. You'll see that the this jacket was in the headline, so it popped up. The fact that the SKU number was here didn't help me. The fact that the word gray was there did. But if it was just the SKU number, then I really don't think this would have popped up. But I, as a buyer, would never type in like CR15 or whatever the SKU number is. So definitely, if that's something that you did, that's fine. I would just go in. So it's important for you guys to see what the buyer sees. So when they're just seeing numbers there rather than what the actual product is, that can be kind of confusing. So I definitely recommend going in and doing some cleaning up there if that's something that you think you might be guilty of. Also important for you to understand what filters can the buyers search on when they're searching for a product. So they're able to search on product categories provided for apparel, accessories, and footwear. Can this product be drop shipped and buying seasons? So going back into adding a product, it's definitely important for you to fill out each product as thoroughly as you can. So can this product be drop shipped? The buyer is able to search on that. If the answer is yes, definitely put yes. If the answer is no, you can put no as well. Also really important to put fabric content, wholesale price, available sizes, all of this information, especially wholesale price. I will say I've heard a lot from the buyers that they're not sure what the prices are. And it seems hard for them to reach out to you and ask for a price when they wish it was just right there, easily available to them. So just keep in mind, like, go in and do your part, add your wholesale price and all of that. And then headline is something that you also definitely want to add. So you'll see some exhibitors don't have a headline. So this is the headline, what's going to show right under the product name. Vintage flower jacket, perfect. Bestseller lace top, that's a great example of a headline. These two don't have one. The exhibitor probably didn't know what that meant, but for you guys on this webinar, that's where the headline shows up. Definitely important to add that in there. Okay. Next thing I'm going to go over is the hot topic of inbound leads. So I think a lot of you guys already know this, but in order to check on your inbound leads, click on the Teams button at the upper right of the page and then inbound leads on the left-hand side. You're only going to be able to chat with the buyers that have actively marked you as interested. We do this for a reason. If every exhibitor had the ability to chat with every buyer on the platform, then our buyers would get bombarded with messages from exhibitors that they may have not expressed interest in, and a lot of them probably wouldn't log back into the platform. So you will probably see a lot of buyers in your inbound leads that just viewed you. You're not going to be able to chat with them. What you can do is click on their profile to learn more about them. If there's a website there, I recommend visiting their website. You can reach out to them through there if you'd like. If there's an email, you can show interest in them, mark them as interested. They will then get an email and a notification saying that this company is interested in you. Or when you click on their profile, you're also able to try and schedule a meeting with them. And if you guys are reaching out to buyers and they're not getting back to you, or if there's a buyer in particular that expressed interest in your showroom and you really want to connect with them and you're not hearing anything, go ahead and shoot me a note. I'll add my email at the end of this webinar. Send me an email because I'm also very connected with the buyers. Second part of my title is also key buyer manager. And anytime an exhibitor reaches out to me and asks, like, hey, I really think this buyer would be a good fit, I'm always more than happy to make that connection for you guys. So utilize me as a resource as well. So that's how you check your inbound leads. If you have a lot of inbound leads, you can always sort them by lead status. You can sort by interested, connected. A connection means that you two have both mutually marked each other as interested, forming a handshake, meaning you have a connection already. If you have a meeting with them, or if you just want to view buyers that just viewed your profile. Now, it's important to know if you have multiple exhibitor reps in your team and an exhibitor, say your colleague has like 50 leads, but I only have 15 leads. That's probably because I went and engaged with 35 of those leads, and they're no longer showing up in my inbound leads list. Once I engage with it at all, once I request a meeting, show interest, chat with them, they're going to disappear from my inbound leads list and go somewhere else. So I'll show you. So they're going to go, if you hover over the home page and then click on my connections, If you ever see an inbound lead disappearing from that list, it goes in your connections list. So again, you can find it on the left-hand side of the page, my connections, or hover over home, click on my connections. This is where you're going to find anybody who you mutually marked as interested, as well as anybody you chatted with. Those are all going to go here. So if you didn't know that this list existed, and you were kind of just managing your inbound leads and not really knowing where they were going, I definitely recommend going in and checking your connections list and seeing if you can follow up with the buyer. Maybe you had plans to speak and then it didn't end up happening. Now's the time to wrap up all those loose ends, tie up all those loose ends. Okay. And I'm going to take a second here to see if there are any chats, any questions. No. Does anyone have any questions that they want to quickly type in the chat before I keep going? All right. Feel free to ask any questions if you have any. I'm going to go ahead and keep going. Okay. And tip number 4 is how to engage with buyers. So I feel like in my conversations with a lot of our exhibitors, I feel like they don't know that, yes, expect to have some inbound leads in your Teams functionality, but you also don't have to just sit there and let them come to you. You can also search on our buyer list. So in order to do that, go to the home page and then click on buyers. And then here you're actually able to sort by business type, product categories, interested in accessories, footwear, and apparel. So let's say I am a denim company. I'm interested in connecting with buyers that want to purchase denim. I'm going to go ahead and use this filter and click on denim jeans. And I'm left with a full list of buyers that have indicated that they're interested in denim jeans. So from here, you can go ahead and mark them as interested. Again, when you mark someone as interested, that lets the buyer know that you're interested in connecting with them, and then it kind of leaves the ball in their court to then interest you back, facilitate a meeting, send you a chat. And you can also click on them to learn more about them, request a meeting with them, or if you're not interested in them, you can skip them. I also do recommend, if you haven't checked this out as well, the recommended for you button is going to generate a list of buyers that the platform has matched you based off of your criteria. So if you indicated in your showroom that you sell denim jeans, if you click on the recommended for you page, it's going to show you a list of buyers that are interested in denim jeans. This is a list that I recommend going through as well. Again, if you mark a whole bunch of buyers as interested and you're not hearing much back from them, or you requested a meeting with them and you're not hearing back, go ahead and reach out to me. And if you ever do want to reference your interested list later on, so you want to shoot me an email and say, hey, I'm interested in this, and this person, they're not getting back to me. In order to access that, just on the left-hand side of the page, click on the My Interested list. And this gives me a list of all the buyers that I marked as interested. Okay. And my last tip is going to be discounts and deals. So an email was actually, an email was actually sent out to all of the exhibitors with a link to upload any discounts or deals that you want to offer our window shopping buyers. So what's going to happen, which we haven't done yet because we need more exhibitors to send us some deals first. So on the buyer page, on the left-hand side of the page, I'm just going to refresh to make sure. Oh, on the left-hand side of the page down here, there's going to be a link that says window shopping show specials. Once the buyer clicks on that link, they'll be taken to a page where your products can be featured or your company can be featured depending on what you want to offer. So some exhibitors have offered 10% off any order that's placed as a result of window shopping, or free shipping for any window shopping buyer. Or maybe you have a specific product that you want to offer a discount on. Any type of like show special that you think you could have, even if you have to make one up, it's extra exposure and it's of no extra cost to you guys. So 100% recommend that you guys go in and do that. I'm going to show you what that link looks like. So an email was sent to you, I believe earlier this week, with a link to this. And we're actually, when we send out the video recording to all of our exhibitors, this webinar recording tomorrow, we are going to include this link in there as well. So you'll see, all you have to do is put in your first and last name, company, email, phone, country, and then whatever your special offer description is. And again, that's going to go on the WIN website. It's going to go out, that link to that website is going to go out in an email to all of our buyers. And we're also going to promote it on our window shopping platform. So just a little something extra we want to offer you to provide some extra exposure for you guys, and also, you know, some incentive for our buyers. So that concludes all the tips that I have for today. I do see that there is someone did write, Deborah wrote in the chat, how do I replace buyers that have not responded to my invite? And can I add more than 20 buyers in case some do not respond? I do have a few questions that will pop up. Okay, so to answer that first question, Deborah, I'm going to go ahead and take care of that for you. I'm going to delete all of those pending meetings that buyers haven't responded to, so that it frees up space for you and you can request more meetings. All you have to do with that stuff is reach out to me. Okay, and then is the list update because I Google a couple of business and the website did not come up. Yeah, the list is updated. So if you did search a buyer that you were hoping to see in the platform and they didn't pop up, it's probably because they are not a window shopping buyer. So if you do have any, that's a good point though, if you do have any recommendations of buyers that you think should be in the platform, that would be awesome of you to share that with me, and I'll personally reach out to that buyer and try to get them in the platform, or at least try to establish if they're if they're a WIN buyer, I can definitely do my best to establish some kind of connection for the two of you. Okay, just writing that down, because I will forget. Okay, let's see, any Q&A? No questions? You guys are making it so easy for me. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to go over. Those are really my top 5 tips for the day for this webinar. Let me go ahead and show you. So as I mentioned earlier in the webinar, that I would give you Brianna's contact information. So again, Brianna is going to be your resource for anything window shopping as well as WIN related for the time being. So if you have any questions, go ahead and take her email down, brianna.pitts@clarianevents.com. She's awesome. She's willing to take all of your questions. And Yeah, she's great. And I will also, I'm also going to type my email here in the chat for those of you that want to reach out to me for anything buyer related, or if you're having any issues, feel free to reach out to me as well. And if you guys don't have any more questions, then I am going to sign off. I hope you guys take advantage of all of these tips. Remember that we don't have too much time left in the platform, just about 5 weeks. So any maintenance you can do for your showroom or any promotions you can do on your own to promote your showroom to future prospects or your current clientele, I highly recommend it. So thanks everyone, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.